Howdy, howdy, everyone. Welcome to Babble with Bronies. Welcome to our show. It's great to have you all here. You guys ready for a great episode? Excellent, excellent. Yeah, microphone. I always have the mute on when I'm streaming, and of course I was streaming last week for the. Damn it! I keep forgetting something. Hold on, folks. It's going to be one of those days. It really is. Anyway, got a lot of stuff to go through, so let's get started. So you all know this is our April Fool's Day episode, so for this first bit, it's, yeah, that is true, Mr. Ben. Anyway, as I was saying, this is our April Fool's Day episode, so we got a not-so-secret plan for you. But let's get started with the actual pony stuff. About the only bit of news I found interesting over the week was there's an MLP manga coming out. Now, as far as I know, it's going to be only released in Japan unless you order it. Here's the link to the news article. Gives a bit of an idea of how big they're trying to market it in Japan. Quote, according to a flyer in the Tokyo International Anime Fair, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, I'm not going to try and even pronounce it, I apologize, has a manga coming. The manga will be in the children's magazine Puchigumi, which is home to manga for several other children's series. Not much is known about the series. The artist will be announcing later this spring. You can check out the article itself there. I think I did, and I think it's all in Japanese, so screwed if you can't read Japanese. But I guess that's what Google translates for. So anyway, any of you manga fans out there, if you're interested in that, I hope you are. Hope you're at least... Now you can order it. Hooray! Yeah, that is true, Rainbow Ash. Alright. Other than that, it's about all we really have. I want to start with the videos this time, folks, because I'm only going to show 2, but I have 4 of them that I'm going to link to. I'll link to all of them, of course, but let's get started, shall we? This first one is by, who should we go with? Let's go with the one by Carbon Maestro, Super Smash Ponies, Hades, the stage theme. Super Smash Ponies, Hades, the stage theme. And there you go. There's your link. Alright, now I'm going to finish up on Carbon Maestro with a bit of a... just setting some things. You know how we've been showing his videos lately and they've all been Pony Empires Complete? Well, he's compiled all of them, all that we have shown and all that some of them we haven't shown for whatever reason, into this full-length 1-hour video. There is the link to that. He said if he gets a certain number of views or likes, he'll do something special. I don't remember what exactly. But, what was it I was going to say? But check it out if you want the entire complete series right there. Alright, now this next one is by a guy we haven't seen on here in a long time. A very long time. But this next one is by Dusty Cat, titled MLPFIM, Be a Hero.
Your world.
Stay brony, my friends.
MLPFIM, Be a Hero. Now, speaking of Dusty Cat, yeah, Mr. Ben, I didn't answer your question there because I wanted to get to it here. For those of you who have never heard or don't know, Dusty Cat has a show on the Everfree Network titled Stay Brony, My Friends. Check it out on Mondays at, I believe it's 7 o'clock, that's 1900 hours, Eastern Standard Time. Check it out. We have it on our, we have a link to that site on our webpage, the Babble with Bronies People We Support page. You can find it on there if you're interested. Or you can, of course, just contact him directly. He has a Twitter, he has his YouTube channel, he's all over the place. Anyway, let's move on. Speaking of Dusty Cat, he released a... He's been doing a small mini-series when it comes to cooking and eating, and this one's no different. This one is the manliest burgers in the world. This comes from his series, or from his video, the manliest brony in the world. Now, on here, something I want to note is this is 10 minutes long, and that's why we're not showing it. But if you want to, he does some pretty darn good recipes when it comes to cooking things. He did a series on minestrone soup, and I think he went to a Chinese restaurant and made some comment about it there, or was it he cooked Chinese? I don't remember, but anyway, check it out if you want a good burger recipe. Mr. Ben, I see what you're doing there. Alright, folks, that is the videos. So let's move on to the art, shall we? I think we're going to start with this first one here. Oh, and by the way, we've got a lot of comics here, so enjoy. This first one is not a comic, however. This one is by Mickey Monster, titled Without Love. I love this title and how it relates to the picture. As I commented on here, how perfect a prison of ice for one whose heart is just as cold. One of the things that I really like is how it's in It's a monotone of various grays, ranging from, of course, black to a whitish. That I'm not sure, Nittany. I'm really not. But anyway, Mickey Monster, without love. By the way, yes, I see you in there, Muffinshire. I'll be getting to you shortly. This next one is by Death Pony, titled Cheering Team for RTCC. That's the Race to Cure Cancer. Remember that little animation we had last week? Well, he did it again. I'm going to let this one load a little bit. Fun fact, this photo was taken by Andrea Libman, and he asked her permission to use it. So, this is super. Well, yes, this is super. This is Death Pony taking a photo from Ms. Libman and putting Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie in there. How appropriate. By the way, yes, that Fluttershy Yane should be illegal because that is too cute. Unknown Colt. There you go. Close it down, yes. Some days I think this computer hates me. Anyway, should we go with next? All right, I'm going to go with one more one-hit on here, and then I'll get to you, Muffinshire. I wanted to get all the people who have one bit out of the way before I get to those with multiple pieces. This next one is Fluttershy by Antiendar. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, or is it Antiender? You know, we've been showing his series on here as of late. I'll get you the link. This one's just really pretty, in my humble opinion. I especially love it how he's put a little thing in the lower right corner that goes with the pony. If you guys recall Rarity, she had a piece of like a fabric or a cloth or some kind of flowing bit, and AJ had a tree branch with some apples on it. So having this little tree branch with this bird is a perfect complement to Fluttershy. Very nice work, Antiender, and I look forward to showing your stuff next week as well. Alright, these next three are by Muffinshire. This first one is titled Ask Pun on Books. If you guys don't recall, we showed about 4 or 5 weeks ago, somewhere in that neighborhood, a comic concerning Pun Pony. There's a Tumblr called Ask Pun Pony. That's Pacific Underground November. We showed a comic not too long ago. This is another one. This is another installment from Muffinshire to that Tumblr blog. Now, there's no text in this one, but there is a narration. So I'm going to do something like, I don't know, really deep or something you'd expect out of a narrator. I'd say Morgan Freeman, but I can't do a Morgan Freeman to save my life. Or even maybe a Patrick Stewart, but even there I'm not good. Twilight is magic. Sounds like a band name. Band name, band name, band name. I like cloth. Hey, she likes cloth. That's a good band name. Carrying on. Bookstores don't sell books. Just paper, ink, and thread. The only books you truly own are the ones you have read. Now, Twilight's Magic, this is my Batman. I'm Batman. This city just showed you that it is full of people who are willing to do good. Nittany. Ask Pun Books. Smoker Batman. To be fair, Moonview, I was hardly trying on that one. Oh, mercy. This is why I do this stuff, because you guys like it. All right. This next one is Twilight's First Day number 7, our continuation of this series. There's a bit of a liberty I take at the end, so bear with me, folks. And of course, yeah, my terrible female voice. Foop. Poor Twilight's dad. Them mule ears. Or, no, they're rabbit ears. I like what you did to Shining Armor here, Muffinshire. Rawr! Here comes the swamp monster. Ah, no! Somebody help me! Now I know why, what's her name? Ling from Kung Pao, Enter the Fist, sounds the way she does. No pony can save you now. Then I'll have to save myself. No! How could you know my one weakness? COMG! You cannot escape, foul fiend! No! Have mercy! Stop! I give up! I give up! And so the day is saved, thanks to... and the villagers all cheered the heroine who vanquished the terrible swamp monster! For those of you wondering, the mustache on... yes, Mr. Ben, that was. For those of you wondering, the mustache on Twilight's mom came from the previous comic. I'm not going to spoil it beyond that. Now, before I go on, do you want a more normal voice on the drill sergeant here, or a gruff voice? Got 2, 3... No, I can't do Full Metal Jacket because it's not Arlie Ermy pony, Mr. Ben. So I gotta go gruff. You want to join the cadets, kiddo? We can always use some pony who can beat swamp monsters. But I can do a decent Patton from the movie. Ladies and gentlemen, Twilight's First Day, number 7. Do I really need to say much more, folks? It's Muffinshire's series that he has taken, and if he has not copyright written, he should, because the quality is just that high. Okay, and lastly, by Muffinshire, this one is titled Join the Royal Guard. Would you kindly... I could go on and say it, Muffinshire, but you want to give us a little bit background on this? So much daw. I think that's a wonderful concept. It's just, nothing short of wonderfully cute. All right, moving along then. Actually, I do have two other. No, I don't. I do have one that I missed who I just won this time, and I'll hit him up. This one is titled Splash and Shy by Citra 360. The news, or next, quote, the next illustration in my Splash series, I give you Fluttershy. The artwork is officially licensed by Hasbro and is sold on We Love Fine, end quote. In other words, you can get this on a t-shirt as well. There's the link to it. He does have a link to it in the description. Yes, he does. So if you want the shirt, order it up. Tell him I sent you. Or not going to go there. Anyway, but yeah, tell him I sent you. Splash and Shy by Citra 360. Okay, I want to get this one before we get started. These next two are by Incinerator. This first one is titled Happy Easter, which, by the way, Happy Easter, everyone. There it is. Yeah, I was hesitant to show this just because of all the content I have, but I thought if I don't show this one, it's going to lose all relevancy. Not to mention it's just a darn cute picture. The pastel colors look really good on this one. Incinerator, she's deviated a little bit, but I like that. I like these pastel colors on the mane. And also from Incinerator, this one is titled Pixal, Pixal. It's a continuation from, or sort of, it's a commission from someone. There's the link. Just kind of let this one speak for itself. I really like these green colors on this pony as opposed to the other one. Yeah, you could go so far as to say it's Luigi, C Charmander, K. But if you recall the last time we showed something like this from this person, it was basically Mario Pony, but with the Piranha Plant as a tail. Again, I'm curious how the Piranha Plant doesn't want to eat the pony, but that might be a symbiosis type of thing. That's a potential, Mr. Ben. All right. We have, how many left? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces left. I want to get these two by VFX here. These first are a two-parter. The first one is titled Quickie, Skybrush, and Aria at Joanne's Party. Hope I'm pronouncing these names correct here. I don't have much background on this, so bear with me. But I'm just going to take this more akin to just the drawings themselves. Apparently there's some party going on, and Skybrush, aka VFX, drew this. Now I'm going to go to the next one because yeah, I'm just going to let this one speak for itself. Twilight, I am facepalming at that comment. I don't know where the third one's going. Well, okay, yeah, I do, or at least I have a good hint of it. Anyway, let's move on from here. Ooh, this next one is a new guy, titled To Cloudsdale, a commission by Aaron JVL. I wanted to get this one. Can't believe I almost missed this one. I wanted to get this one first. This one was actually given to me pretty early in the week. I'm glad that the person who sent it to me directed it to me. If he or she wishes to reveal themselves, I will let them, but I'm not going to. Anyway, what I really like about this one is those clouds. They look real, but yet not. But I like that. It doesn't seem out of touch with the ponies in it. Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash, where is it? Quote, it's a challenge for me since my usual paints only consist of one pony. End quote. Yeah, Muffinshire, you hit the nail on the head there. Great use of tone colors. Or tones. Not tone colors. Okay, I did get that one. Overall, nothing short of a really nice picture. I really like this one. It was a favorite in no time. I really want to get to these. Yeah, we've got time. Besides, it's 44 minutes. All right, I'm going to finish up the art because we only have a few left. This next one is by Pixel Kitties, titled Pony Shock Infinite. I was before I go on, folks, I'll tell you this. I was expecting to start the episode now, but I thought, given there are no commercials, that kind of gives me a bit of a buffer to work with. So anyway, this is that it does not fall. I don't think it falls under spoilers, Muffinshire. That's what I'm reading here, folks. It's, I guess you could call it questionable, but I don't think anything revealed here is beyond spoilery. It's nothing that, common knowledge wouldn't know. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, BioShock Infinite was released this week. And I would have picked that game up if I had the money because I've played BioShock. And I loved BioShock, albeit it haunts me to this day. There are a couple scenes in there in particular that just, haunt me. But if I had the money, I'd still pick up BioShock Infinite. Anyway, check this picture out. Of course, Pixel Kitties would use Trixie. I mean, this is Pixel Kitties we're talking about here. Only about 6 hours in, Muffinshire. How much do you think is how long do you think it is? Or it's like, what I'm asking is, how much content do you think you have left? That's what I'm trying to say. Fair enough. Okay, thank you. All right, let's move on. Okay, we'll get to another comic here. This next one's titled "Cleaning Up" by Colt Steel Stallion. I need to make a quick correction. Okay, now prepare yourselves, guys. There's a scene in here that I know you guys are going to laugh at because there's going to be a giant voice change. Anyway, Hello, every pony. Today we're cleaning up Ponyville. It's very important to keep your environment clean and free of... Yeah, by the way, do you notice the foam finger in the trash there? Keep your eyes on Dash, folks. Pick up your trash. Good job. There is a potential, Muffinshire. Smoker Batman appeared again. I did put it in. Good. And this next one is just a... I'll put it up. It's just a single shot of that scene. Throw that one up. Not going to spend too much time on this one, but anyway, if you want the pick up your trash piece as a standalone image, there you go. And finally, we wrap up with 4 bits by Toxic Mario here. Smoker Bat. Oh, come on. That's an insult to Smoker Batman, Mr. Ben. You know that. Anyway, this last one I showed last week, but I was requested to share it again. So I happily obliged. New Derpy t-shirt designs. Might remember these. He's been making a name for himself in the t-shirt industry, just like Citra, and good on him. He's got a couple of new designs out there. I'm particularly fond of the one on the left. That's from my perspective. So the Derpy hugging Dash pic. I remember that comic, and that scene was just nothing short of adorable. Anyway, if you want some of these, he's got the links to them. Or he does not. If you want them, you can search for him. Search for his stuff on We Love Fine, or contact him, or contact me. I can get you that information. Anyway, new Derpy t-shirt designs. I'll finish with the comic. So, this next one is titled Dodge This. Just... No, Alex. Like I said, that's an insult to Smoker Batman. This one is, for those of you who haven't been following, Toxic Mario has been doing this series on a Dragon Ball Z MLP crossover, taking the characters and taking scenes from DBZ and merging the two. And yeah, rarity is Krillin. So insert whatever DBZ TAS joke here right now. But with the Krillin as the punching bag joke aside here, I like this one because it somewhat makes sense. Rarity as a dress designer does have to cut things. And besides, this scene from the show was pretty darn cool. Especially when they parodied it. Catch it with your teeth, Nappa. Ugh, Rainbow Ash. I did put it in good. All right. This next one is Where Luna T design. Oh wait, no, this was the one that I was requested to do again. But boy, I'm not on the ball today. Anyway, as per, if you want this shirt, feel free to ask him or me. And yeah, that link in there, the link in the picture may or may not link to it. I don't know because I haven't typed it in. However, it looks like there is a link to the shirt. So if you're interested in this shirt, check out the link. Or like I said, talk to one of us. His character, Were Luna, was basically his own original idea that on a full moon, Luna, well, comes something like a werewolf. Bigger, sharp, carnivorous-like teeth. Just downright, I hesitate to use the word nasty, but I guess for lack of better terms, you guys know what I mean. In Tox, if you're sitting in the audience, no offense. Anyway, moving along, and we finish with the comic. Titled Heartfelt Request. You guys probably saw this one. Rarity, can I ask you a small favor? Sure, dear. I'll be happy to help. Why the excessive British accent, I don't know. Sorry, Rarity. Can you fix these for me? I have to give him credit where credit is due. Using there's a link. Using the designs, or using the outfits, that's what I'm looking for. The outfits from the show is, that was a smart move. I like that he used a little continuity, even if he didn't need to. Alicorn Twilight is the Goku in this series. That or Derpy, but again, go with Goku. But that's what. Good point. Twilight is magic. Anyway, let's move on. So, y'all ready for some Doctor Who? Of course you are. I mean, that's why we're here. Alright, let's start it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Blink. Playback timed out. Give me a second, folks.
Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast. Faster than you can believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away and don't blink. Good luck.
Hello.
Bit freak, need to talk. Making you a coffee.
Sally Sparrow, it's 1 in the morning. You think I'm coming round at 1 in the morning?
No.
I'm in the kitchen. What's that on all those screens in your front room?
Oh, God. Sally, you've met my brother Larry, haven't you?
No.
You're about to.
Okay. Not sure, but really, really open. Pants?
No. Put them on! Put them on! I hate you! What are you thinking? Sorry. My useless brother. Sally, what's wrong? What's happened? Okay, let's investigate. You and me, girl investigators. Love it. Hey, Sparrow and Nightingale. That so works. At ITV. I know. What did you come here for anyway? I love old things. They make me feel sad. What's good about sad? It's happy for deep people. The weeping angel. Not that in my garden. It's moved. It's what? Since yesterday. I'm sure of it. It's closer. It's got closer to the house.
How can my name be written here? How is that possible?
Who'd come here? What are you doing? It could be a burglar. A burglar who rings the doorbell. Okay, I'll stay here in case of incidents. Okay.
I'm looking for Sally Sparrow.
How did you know I'd be here?
I was told to bring this letter on this date at this exact time to Sally Sparrow.
Looks old.
It is old. I'm sorry. Do you have anything with a photograph on it, like a driving license?
I didn't tell anyone. How could anyone know?
It's all a bit complicated. I'm not sure I understand it. Sorry, I feel really stupid. I was told to make absolutely sure. It's so hard to tell with little photographs, isn't it?
Apparently.
Well, here goes, I suppose. Funny feeling after all these years.
Who's it from?
Well, that's a long story, actually.
Give me a name.
Catherine Wainwright. But she specified I should tell you that prior to marriage, she was called Kathy Nightingale.
Kathy?
Kathy. Yes. Kathy. Catherine Costello Nightingale.
Is this a joke?
Joke?
Kathy, is this you? Very funny. Kathy? Kathy? Kathy!
Please. You need to take this. I promised.
Excuse me. Where am I? I was in London. I was in the middle of London.
You're in Hull.
No, I'm not.
This is Hull.
No, it isn't.
You're in Hull.
I'm not in Hull. Stop saying Hull. Who are you? Why are you here?
I made a promise.
Who to?
My grandmother, Catherine Costello Nightingale.
Don't have that in London. There's no call for it. It's all Hull.
1920. Your grandmother?
Yes. She died 20 years ago.
So they're related?
Sorry?
My Kathy, your grandmother, they're practically identical.
Where are you going?
My dearest Sally Sparrow, if my grandson has done as he promises he will, then as you read these words, it has been mere minutes since we last spoke. For you. For me, it has been over 60 years. The third of the photographs is of my children. The youngest is Sally. I named her after you, of course.
This is sick. This is totally sick. Kathy! Kathy! Kathy!
I suppose, unless I live to a really exceptional old age, I will be long gone as you read this. Don't feel sorry for me. I have led a good and full life. I've loved a good man and been well loved in return. You would have liked Ben. He was the very first person I met in 1920.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
You going to stop following me?
No, I don't think so.
To take one breath in 2007 and the next in 1920 is a strange way to start a new life. But a new life is exactly what I've always wanted. 1902. You told him you were 18, you lying cow. My mum and dad had gone by your time, so really there's only Lawrence to tell. He works at the DVD store on Queen Street. I don't know what you're going to say to him, but I know you'll think of something. Just Tell him I love him.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Lawrence Nightingale.
To the back.
Hello?
Sorry. Quite possibly. Afraid so.
Oh. Hello. Can I help you?
Hi.
38?
Just a moment. Helen, we've met, haven't we?
It'll come to you.
Oh, my God.
There it is.
Sorry again about the whole...
Message from your sister.
Oh, okay. What? What is it? What's the message?
She's had to go away for a bit.
Where?
Just a work thing. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
And
And what?
she loves you.
She what?
She said to say, she just sort of mentioned it. She loves you. No, that's nice, isn't it?
She ill?
No, no,
Am I ill?
no,
Is this a trick?
no. She loves you.
Yeah, people don't understand time. It's not what you think it is.
Who is this guy?
Sorry, the pause thing keeps slipping. Stupid thing.
Last night at Kathy's, you had him on all those screens, that same guy. Talking about, I don't know, blinking or something.
Yeah, the bit about the blinking's great. I was just checking to see if they were all the same.
What were the same? What is this? Who is he?
An Easter egg.
Excuse me?
Like a DVD extra, yeah? You know how on DVDs they put extras, you know, documentaries and stuff? Well, sometimes they put on hidden ones, and they call them Easter eggs. You have to go looking for them. Follow a bunch of clues in the menu screen.
Complicated.
Sorry. It's interesting, actually. He is on 17 different DVDs. There are 17 totally unrelated DVDs, all with him on. Always hidden away, always a secret. Not even the publishers know how we got there. I've talked to the manufacturers, right? They don't even know. He's a ghost DVD extra. Just shows up where he's not supposed to be. But only on those 17.
Well, what does he do?
Just sits there, making random remarks. It's like we're hearing half a conversation. Me and the guys are always trying to work out the other half.
When you say you and the guys, you mean the internet, don't you?
How do you know?
Spooky, isn't it?
Very complicated.
Lawrence, need you.
Excuse me a sec.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Started well, that sentence.
It got away from me, yeah.
Okay, that was weird. Like, you can hear me.
Well, I can hear you.
Okay, that's enough. I've had enough now. I've had a long day and I've had bloody enough. Sorry. Bad day.
Got you the list?
What?
There's 17 DVDs. I thought you might be interested.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
Go to the police, you stupid woman. Why does nobody ever just go to the police?
Look, I know how mad I'm sounding.
Shall we try it from the beginning this time?
Okay, there's this house. A big old house, been empty for years. Falling apart. West of Drumlins, out by the estate. You've probably seen it.
West of Drumlin.
Yes.
Could you just wait here for a minute?
DI Billy Shipton, Wester Drumlins, that's mine. Can't talk to you now, got a thing I can't be late for. So if you could just... Hello?
Hello.
Marcy, can you tell them I'm going to be late for that thing?
All of them.
Over the last 2 years, yeah. They all still had personal items in them, and the couple still had the motor running.
So for the last 2 years, the owners of all of these vehicles have driven up to Wester Drumlin's house, parked outside, and just disappeared. What's that?
Ah, the pride of the Wester Drumlins collection. We found that there too. Somebody's idea of a joke, I suppose.
But what is it? What's a police box?
Well, it's a special kind of phone box for policemen. They used to have them all over, but this isn't a real one. The phone is just a dummy and the windows are the wrong size. Can't even get in it. Ordinary air lock, but nothing fits. But that's not the big question. See, you're missing the big question.
Okay, what's the big question?
Will you have a drink with me?
I'm sorry.
Drink? You? Me? Now?
Aren't you on duty, Detective Inspector Shipton?
Nope. Knocked off before I left. Told them I had a family crisis.
Why?
Because life is short and you are hot. Drink?
No.
Ever?
Maybe.
Phone number?
Moving kind of fast, D.I. Shipton.
Billy, I'm off duty.
Aren't you just?
Is that your phone number?
Just my phone number. Not a promise, not a guarantee, not an IOU. Just a phone number.
And that's Sally...
Sally Shipton. Sparrow! Sally Sparrow. Okay, go now. Don't look at me.
I'll phone you.
Don't look at me.
Phone you tomorrow.
Don't look at me.
Might even phone you tonight.
Don't look at me.
Definitely gonna phone you, gorgeous girl.
Definitely better.
Ordinary airlock, but nothing fits.
Welcome.
Where am I?
1969. Not bad as it goes. You've got the moon landing to look forward to.
Oh, the moon landing's brilliant. We went 4 times. Back when we had transport.
Working on it.
How did I get here?
Same way we did. Touch of an angel. Same one probably since you ended up in the same year. No. Don't get up. Time travel out of capsule. Nasty. Catch your breath. Don't go swimming for half an hour.
I can't.
Fascinating race, the Weeping Angels. The only psychopaths in the universe to kill you nicely. No mess, no fuss. They just zap you into the past and let you live to death. The rest of your life used up and blown away in the blink of an eye. You die in the past, and in the present they consume the energy of all the days you might have had. All your stolen moments. They're creatures of the abstract. They live off potential energy.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Trust me, just nod when he stops for breath.
Track you down with this. This is my timey-wimey detector. Goes ding when there's stuff. Also, it can boil an egg at 30 paces. Whether you wanted to or not, actually, so I've learned to stay away from hens. It's not pretty when they blow.
I don't understand. Where am I?
It's 1969, like he says.
Normally I'd offer you a lift home, but somebody nicked my motor. So I need you to take a message to Sally Sparrow. And I'm sorry, Billy. I am very, very sorry. It's gonna take you a while.
Hello? Billy, where are you? Where?
Billy?
It was raining when we met.
It's the same rain. She looks nice.
Her name was Sally, too.
Sally Shipton.
Sally Shipton. I often thought about looking for you before tonight. Apparently, it would have torn a hole in the fabric of space and time and destroyed 2/3 of the universe. Also, I'd lost my hair.
2/3 of the universe. Where'd you get that from?
There's a man in 1969. He sent me with a message for you.
What man?
The doctor.
And what was the message?
Just this. Look at the list.
What does that mean? Is that it? Look at the list.
He said you'd have it by now. A list of 17 DVDs. I didn't stay a policeman back then. Got into publishing. Then video publishing. Then DVDs, of course.
You put the Easter egg on.
Have you noticed what all 17 DVDs have in common yet? I suppose it's hard for you, in a way.
How could the doctor have even known I had a list? I only just got this.
I asked him how, but he said he couldn't tell me. He said you'd understand it one day, so that I never would.
As soon as I understand it, I'll come and tell you.
No, gorgeous girl. You can't. There's only tonight. You told me all those years ago that we'll only meet again this one time. On the night I die.
Oh, Billy.
It's kept me going. I'm an old, sick man, but I've had something to look forward to. Life is long, and you are hard. Look at my hands. They're all man's hands. How did that happen?
I'll stay. I'm gonna stay with you, okay?
Thank you, Sally Sparrow. I have till the rain stops.
Phantoms.
They're mine.
What?
The DVDs on the list, the 17 DVDs, what they've got in common is me. They're all the DVDs I own. The Easter egg was intended for me.
You've only got 17 DVDs.
Do you have a portable DVD player?
Of course. Why?
I want you to meet me.
When?
Wester Drumlins.
You live in Scooby-Doo's house.
For God's sake, I don't live here.
Okay,
This is the one with the clearest sound. Slightly better picture quality on this one, but I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. There he is.
The doctor.
Who's the doctor?
He's the doctor.
Yep, that's me.
Okay, that was scary.
No, it sounds like he's replying, but he always says that.
Yes, I do.
And that.
Yep. And this.
He can hear us. Oh my God, you can really hear us.
Of course he can't hear us. Look. I've got a transcript. See? Everything he says. Yep, that's me. Yes, I do. Yep, and this. Next, it's...
Are you going to read out the whole thing?
Sorry.
Who are you?
I'm a time traveller. Or I was. I'm stuck. In 1969.
We're stuck. All the space and time he promised me. Now I've got a job in a shop. I've got to support him.
Martha?
Sorry.
I've seen this bit before.
Quite possibly.
1969, that's where you're talking from.
Afraid so.
But you're replying to me. You can't know exactly what I'm going to say 40 years before I say it.
38?
I'm getting this down. I'm writing in your bits.
How? How is this possible? Tell me.
Not so fast.
People don't understand time. It's not what you think it is.
Then what is it?
Complicated.
Tell me.
Very complicated.
I'm clever and I'm listening, and don't patronise me because people have died and I'm not happy. Tell me.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Yeah, I've seen this bit before. You said that sentence got away from you.
It got away from me, yeah.
Next thing you're going to say is, well, I can hear you.
Well, I can hear you.
This isn't possible.
No, it's brilliant.
Well, not hear you exactly, but I know everything you're going to say.
Always gives me the shivers up it.
How can you know what I'm going to say?
Look to your left.
What does he mean by look to your left? I've written tons about that on the forums. I think it's a political statement.
He means you. What are you doing?
I'm writing in your bits. That way I've got a complete transcript of the whole conversation. Wait until this hits the net. This will explode the egg forums.
I've got a copy of the finished transcript. It's on my autocue.
How can you have a copy of the finished transcript? It's still being written.
I told you I'm a time traveller. I got it in the future.
Okay, let me get my head around this. You're reading aloud from a transcript of a conversation you're still having.
Wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
Actually, never mind that. You can do shorthand.
So?
What matters is we can communicate. We've got big problems now. They have taken the blue box, haven't they? The angels have the phone box.
The angels have the phone box. That's my favourite. I've got that on a T-shirt.
What do you mean, angels? You mean those statue things?
Creatures from another world.
But they're just statues.
Only when you see them.
What does that mean?
Lonely assassins, they used to be called. No one quite knows where they came from, but they're as old as the universe, or very nearly. And they have survived this long because they have the most perfect defense system ever evolved. They are quantum locked. They don't exist when they're being observed. The moment they are seen by any other living creature, they freeze into rock. No choice, it's a fact of their biology. In the sight of any living thing, they literally turn to stone. And you can't kill a stone. Of course, a stone can't kill you either, but then you turn your head away. Then you blink. And oh yes, it can.
Don't take your eyes off that.
That's why they cover their eyes. They're not weeping. They can't risk looking at each other. Their greatest asset is their greatest curse. They can never be seen. Loneliest creatures in the universe. And I'm sorry. I am very, very sorry. It's up to you now.
What am I supposed to do?
The blue box, it's my time machine. There is a world of time energy in there. They could feast on forever, but the damage they could do could switch off the sun. You have got to send it back to me.
How? How?
And that's it, I'm afraid. There's no more from you on the transcript. That's the last I've got. I don't know what stopped you talking, but I can guess. They're coming. The angels are coming for you. But listen, your life could depend on this. Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink. Good luck.
No! Don't! You can't!
I'll rewind him.
What good would that do?
You're not looking at the statue.
Neither are you.
Keep looking at it. Keep looking at it.
There's just one, right? There's just this one. We're okay. If we just keep staring at this one statue, everything's gonna be fine.
There's 3 more.
3?
They were upstairs before, but I think I heard them moving.
Moving where? 3 of them? Moving where?
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna check. You keep looking at this one. Don't blink. Remember what he said. Don't even blink.
Who blinks? I'm too scared to blink.
Okay, we're going to the door. Front door. Okay, we can't both get to the front door without taking our eyes off that thing, so you stay here.
What?
I'll be just round the corner. You stay here. They've locked it! They've locked us in!
Why?
I've got something they want.
What?
A key. I took it last time I was here. They followed me to get it back. I led them to the blue box. Now they've got that.
Give them the key!
I'm gonna check the back door. You wait here.
Give them the key! Give them what they want! Let me know why they come behind me!
Hang on!
God. Oh, God.
It's locked.
Sally! Sally! Sally, please, I can't do this! Sally, hurry up! Where are you?
Larry! They've blocked off the back door, but there's a cellar. There might be a way out, delivery hatch or something.
I'm coming! Can't stay here.
Okay, boys. I know how this works. You can't move so long as I can see you. Whole world in the box, the doctor says. I hope he's not lying, because I don't see how else we're getting out.
Oh, and there's your one.
Why is it pointing at the light?
Oh my God, it's turning out the light.
Quickly!
I can't find the lock.
Sally, hurry up! Get open! They're getting closer, Sally, come on! Sally! Oh! Sally, hurry up!
This is Security Protocol 712. This time capsule has detected the presence of an authorized control disk, valid 1J. Please insert the disk and prepare for departure.
Looks like a DVD player. There's a slot.
They're trying to get in!
What's happening?
Oh my God, it's leaving us behind. Doctor, no, you can't. Look at them, quick, look at them.
I don't think we need to. He tricked them. The doctor tricked them. They're looking at each other. They're never going to move again. Can you mind the shop? I'm just nipping next door for some milk.
Yeah, no worries.
What's this?
Nothing.
Sally. Can't you let it go?
Of course I can't let it go.
This is over.
How did the doctor know where to write those words on the wall? How could he get a copy of the transcript? Where did he get all that information from?
Look, some things you never find out, and that's okay.
No, it isn't.
Ever think this might be getting in the way of other things?
We just run a shop together. That's all it is, just a shop.
Anyway, milk. Back in a moment.
Hello, sorry, bit of a rush. There's a sort of thing happening. Very important that we stop it.
Oh my God, it's you. It really is you. Oh, you don't remember me, do you?
Doctor, we haven't got time for this. Migration started.
Look, sorry, I've got a bit of a complex life. Things don't always happen to me in quite the right order. It's a bit confusing at times, especially at weddings. I'm rubbish at weddings, especially my own.
Oh my God, of course. You're a time traveller. It hasn't happened to you yet, none of it. It's still in your future.
What hasn't happened?
No, Doctor, please, 20 minutes to red hatching. It's me. Oh, for God's sake, it was me all along. You got it all from me.
Got what?
Okay, listen. One day you're going to get stuck in 1969. Make sure you've got this with you. You're going to need it.
Doctor!
Yeah, listen, got a dash. Things happening. Four things and a lizard.
Okay, no worries. When you go. See you around someday.
What was your name?
Sally Sparrow.
Good to meet you, Sally Sparrow.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Don't blink. Blink and you're dead. Don't turn your back. Don't look away. And don't blink. Good luck.
We're going to the end of the universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blink, the Doctor Who episode. Initial thoughts and whatnots? Yeah, this episode is definitely one of the fans' biggest favorites. Not only fans who have seen the entire new series, but those who are new to this, new to the show itself. And I'm going to define new on the basis of even a casual viewer, someone who has just, maybe this is their first time or something. But this episode is so quotable, and I think that's what helps propel it into its fame. Because, well, don't blink. Blink and you're dead. I've seen that everywhere. I mean, all over the internet, but of course, T-shirts and whatnots and all that fun jazz. It's everywhere, and of course, what happens? People get curious and they check it out. So it becomes their first episode, so it becomes their favorite episode. So like I said, any other first impressions? Yeah, for those of you questioning, I am Everlasting Joy, and this is my ugly mug. Yeah, scary as fuck is a very appropriate term to assign to this episode, Saturn. I agree with you on that. I think we'll start with the biggest elephant in the room here. Let's talk about the Angels. Well, no, actually, I don't want to talk about the Angels quite yet because there's some continuity that I want to talk about concerning them that we'll get to eventually. But for what it's worth, let's just stick to this episode and this episode alone. We're going to try and stay away from future continuity as we can until we get to that point. Something that was brought up in the chat and something that I do want to ask to just more of a rhetorical question. I'm curious how big they were, I don't know if I want to say, the show staff, whether it be BBC or all the way down to just those who make the Doctor Who episode. I'm curious, when they first made this, were they expecting this one to be as popular as it is? I just, every time I've watched this one, I've just always thought this one wasn't supposed to be as big as it was. It was only supposed to be, oh yeah, I saw Blink. It was a good episode, but I moved along. And then, of course, the finale came along, but I'm not talking about the finale here. What do you guys think of that? Was this episode supposed to become as big as it was? Do you guys think it was? How so, Saturn? And to be fair, I was, like I said, I'm only asking it as a question, but again, I'm interested. Okay, that's a perfectly reasonable point. The plot, I'm just going to rattle off a few facts here. This episode is known as a Doctor and Companion Light episode, meaning just as it sounds, the Companion and the Doctor are so downplayed that it's trying to focus on some other characters. The plot was based on a short story Stephen Moffat wrote, titled, and if I'm pronouncing that wrong to all my British friends, I apologize. American accent. Titled, Stephen Moffat wrote for the Doctor Who Annual 2006, titled "What I Did on My Christmas Holidays" by Sally Sparrow. I'm not going to get into the story of it too much, but Sally Sparrow was a child who was communicating via videos just like this with the Ninth Doctor. Matt the Shadow Man, I'm reading your comment here. To be fair, it is filler, but just because it's filler doesn't mean it's crap. And all the same wibbly-wobbly flavors, Mr. Ben. As we've kind of been saying, there's this episode is very, very popular. The angels are popular. The episode is popular. It's just insane. You go look at some of the polls that come out whenever they have Blink and or the Angels in them. They're usually in the top spot, if not somewhere around the top 3. That's how popular this is. For instance, in a 2009 poll conducted by the Doctor Who magazine, Blink was rated number 2 in a contest of the first 200 stories in order of preference, 1 being the best. It was beaten only by the Caves of Androzani. Androzani. How did I mispronounce that? I apologize. Right, Matt, you didn't say it was crap. I'm just saying that when people think filler, they don't usually think the best thing in the world. And that's, not you. That's not me. It's just, again, most filler is not usually the best stuff. But yes, you do get those few gems in there that are just gold. Duckley EXE. Alright, let's start talking about the Angels. In terms of just the Angels qua Angels, how do these guys rate on your guys' list of favorite villains? Mr. Ben. Okay, Rainbow Ash. Yeah, I'm not surprised that most of you have the Angels somewhere in your top 5 at the most. I'll carry on with that later. Yeah, I see you're thinking there, Mr. Ben. Something I mentioned in the chat while Mr. Ben's typing is, I said angels, not angles, Shizu. Something I want to bring up here is the angels really are played by real life people. It just, very, very heavy makeup. I've always, when I figured that out, that was actually pretty darn interesting because to hold the pose that long the way they do, that's pretty darn impressive. And there's one other thing that I kind of wanted to bring up. You know the angel holding the TARDIS key there in the first half or wherever it was, first third if you even want to go that far? That was a really good effect. The dust on it, she ripped it out. There was a bit of dust from the key, from the string on the key. That was a pretty good effect. So kudos to the production staff on that part. Yeah, Duckley. Saturn, so you're saying the Vashta Nerada as villains are higher rated, but the Vashta Nerada episode is lesser. Is that what I'm seeing? We'll talk about that in a second here, Trixie Muffins. Okay, Saturn, I was just clarifying. Yeah, the monsters themselves were inspired by the children's game of statues. For those of us here in America, the closest thing would be red light, green light, wherein it's played out just like the angels. You try and get from one end to another, wherein the person who's it stands at the finish line. If the person looks at you, you're supposed to freeze. If you're caught moving while the person's looking at you, you have to go back to the start. But when the it person turns away, you can move. Like I said, the goal is to reach the start to the end, wherein the first person who reaches the finish line takes over as the person who's seen. one of the things that I've always loved about the Angels that I'm just going to say right now is that defense mechanism of they freeze when looked at but move when Matt the Shadow Man. I love how the Angels are based off of such their greatest the weapon used against them to look at them is such a simple yet a difficult process. If you look at them, they're frozen. But of course, what do we as humans do? Blink. And of course, that's a reflex. That's something we have to do. It's as human as breathing, as digesting, as a heartbeat. It's the same concept as saying you have to hold your breath when confronting a villain or monster of some sort. Eventually, you're going to lose. Unless, of course, you can get out of there or something. But I just love the simplicity of it. Take something so biologically basic of us and use it against us. Something I want to expand upon on that whole quantum locking thing. I only got a basic lookup of it, so bear with me for all of you physics nuts out there. By the way, physics, awesome. The defense mechanism known as quantum lock is actually more accurately titled the quantum Zeno effect, wherein the quantum Zeno effect states if you look at an unstable particle, if it were to be observed continuously, it would never decay. I'm not an expert on quantum physics. The highest physics class that I've taken currently is a fluid mechanics course. But from just something that I would be willing to guess, it has something to do with at the quantum level of physics. That is the infinitesimally small. But that's about all I'm going to say about it. Thank you. Thanks, Nittany Discord. Why don't we move towards the episode summary that I've got on here? The duality of the quantum nature, Saturn? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, I thought so. The episode itself revolves around what's known as an ontological paradox. That's what I'm trying to say. Ontological paradox. Ontology is the philosophical concept of existence. I'm just reading Mr. Ben's comment here. Where was I? Oh yes, an ontological paradox. It's also known as a bootstrap paradox because the idea, or the most famous example would be this book titled By His Bootstraps. I forgot the author. But anyway, an ontological paradox arises when there's basically a self-contained infinite loop, no start, no end set of events, such as in this case. Where are my notes on this? I've got them here somewhere. I apologize. Here it is. Such examples of the ontological paradox arise from the notion of, such as, the doctor has all the information because Sally gave it to him, but Sally gets the information because the doctor gave her the messages in the first place. You know, the doctor set off the events, but it was Sally who set off the events to set the doctor off to set those events, in which the doctor set off the events to give Sally the... You see where I'm going with this? And there's where the paradox arises, Mr. Ben, hence why it's called an ontological paradox. Matt, the Shadow Man. That's actually a good example of this. Well, they have to have a start somewhere, Nittany Discord. I agree. They have to, start somewhere. The problem, I guess, arises in the sense of if it's an infinite loop, by definition, infinity has no start and no end. You could make the argument that we're only we're just basically observing one track of things. We're only observing this episode's... that is a potential Nittany Discord. I guess, like a ray, it could have a beginning but no end. But I guess if it has no end, then where's the beginning? How do you keep tracing backwards in an infinite system to where the point where you find the origin? Sea ponies, elaborate, please. Mr. Ben. Duckley, what are you talking about? And Matt the Shadow Man, I have no idea what you guys are going on. I think I know what you're getting at, Matt the Shadow Man. Yeah, this is the fun of paradoxes, folks. This is why I like them. When I was doing research on these on the ontological paradox, I came up with a few of these some other examples. But like I said, that was the fun of it. Ah, Duckley, that's what you're referring to. And yes, that would be in and of itself an ontological paradox. Or maybe not even an ontological paradox in so much as just a self-contained, self-fulfilling prophecy. Mr. Ben, that kind of raises its own argument of we want more paradoxes, let's watch that episode. Matt the Shadow Man. I actually don't know about that. But a new plane of existence starting from all of this? I think the only way a new plane of existence could start from this, and this is, my limited knowledge, so bear with me, I'm just throwing this out. The only way a new plane of existence could start is if something were to interrupt the infinite loop. If, say, I don't know, Sally never handed the stuff to the doctor, then that would have disrupted the flow of events, which could have set off a new plane of existence. If we're going to start talking about new planes of existences, then I think we would have to watch the episode Turn Left in Series 4. Yeah, you guys notice I'm using series. I'm very keen on that stuff. You guys keep bringing up these other episodes we could watch. Maybe, well... Yeah, that too. But that was... Now, I'll be fair, Duckley, I haven't seen that episode. But I've read so many episode synopsises on it because just doing the research on the Angels here has led me to that episode. Which is sad because I wanted to save that episode and watch it and watched that episode when it came out on DVD. Waffle with Hoovians. Muffinshire. You're a very bad man. You are a very bad man. All right, let's... There's something what was it I wanted to bring up concerning everything about this episode? Oh, yes. There is something I do want to bring up. Now let's move on to, since we've been mentioning Angels and the Angels Take Manhattan, let's talk about I see what you're getting at, Sea Ponies. The camera trick. Yeah, I remember, where was it? Some discussion concerning, I think it was on either Facebook or somewhere on the internet I read, of the reason when the angels move, it's not only because the actors and actresses aren't watching them, it's also because we, the audience, the camera, is not on them. This is why, you remember that effect when she's taking the key and Sea Ponies, I'm never going to see that private message. I apologize. What was it I was going to say? Oh yeah, did you remember the scene where she's taking the TARDIS key from the angel when Sally covers up the two angels? They move. Did you guys notice that? I tried to point that out. The thing I want to bring up about that is, first off, that's a really good effect, and two, that's where I'm going with this, is not only do the actors and actresses have to watch the angels, but we, the audience, have to be watching the angels as well, or else they'll move. Which I think that's a very good point, that it's a great outside universe trick. I like that whoever it was, the director, the writer, or whoever thought of that deserves a medal or at least commendation for it. That's a potential, Matt the Shadow Man. The camera trick or just the angels themselves, the whole not blinking thing? Even Ninny Discord. Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series reference? Okay, I figured so, Matt the Shadow Man. Okay, I really want to get to that photograph at the very end there. And this is the part where I said where we're jumping ahead to the other where that's kind of where we're jumping a bit, Duckley. Just bear with me for a minute. As I was saying, when we're jumping ahead a bit to the next episodes that contain the angels, that is the two-parter Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone, and if you have something to say about Angels Take Manhattan that's relevant, fine, but I haven't seen that episode, so you're going to have to explain it to me as if I've never seen the episode. But anyway, I want to focus more on Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone. Mostly Time of Angels, because, yeah, there are going to be... That is a good point, Matt the Shadow Man. I should bring up, if you have not seen these episodes, stop viewing now, because there will be spoilers. I'm going to pause a little bit and give you some time to leave. Okay, let's carry on. In the episode The Time of Angels, it stated the image of an angel becomes itself an angel. So this is where that photograph is why I'm bringing up. This is where you could actually make the argument of this is where the ontological paradox begins. Let me type that. As I was saying, some people have said that that's a break in continuity. That the photograph that Sally took is that it never amounted to anything, and therefore it was a break in continuity when they introduced it in the next Angels incident. There are actually a few hypotheses I came across in my research here that I want to bring to your guys' attention. One, it's possible the angel itself, not the one in the photograph, the one in the show, the ones that was chasing them, that because it itself is quantum locked, it can't move through the photo. Two, given that eventually what was stated in Time of Angels, Matt Smith states, the angels he encountered on Earth were weak. They were scavengers, barely surviving, end quote. Therefore, it's possible that this angel, that the angel in the photograph couldn't make the jump because of how weak it was. And third, and this is my personal favorite one, given the ontological paradox we've been discussing, that picture could be the thing that starts this event. That angel is the one that sends Matt and Martha back in time. The reason I like that one is because it does not break continuity, and it would send them back in time and just be a starting point of things. That's kind of a weird what if episode. What if concept. What if episode. Ocean Blue. I suppose it's possible. What do you guys, of those hypotheses I brought up, do you guys have anything to say about them? Okay. It was biding its time. That's a potential too. Or at least was part of the loop, Mr. Ben. The whole look, for those of you who don't know what Sea Ponies is talking about, there's also a thing introduced in Time of Angels wherein angels can infect your brain. In that respect, the weak angels thing could have been a potential Sea Ponies of Liverpool. That they're weak so they can't jump into your head. But again, Sagas is pointing it out here. Like all fan theories, not impossible, but not provable. To say the angels are written out is probably not true, Matt the Shadow Man. Or if at the very least, I wouldn't be shocked if they bring them like the Daleks. There's not much they can expand upon them, but to use them just as a villain wouldn't be... To use them as a villainous plot device, again, I see that happening. They never got turned into angels, Duckley. They were killed. Well, the this is Flesh and Stone people. The angels got stuck, thrown into that wormhole of, or the crack in space time. And I think this either the soldiers that were killed by them were never brought back because convenience, or they were brought back but they were never shown. That too is a possibility, Mr. Ben. The whole and that's the odd thing about ontological paradoxes, is the concept of entropy. Yeah, I got to do that for Twilight is Magic's line there. I use the term loosely. Who said it? Sea Ponies of Liverpool. I guess antagonist would probably be a little bit better, as in not the protagonists or the ones we're trying to work against. I know someone pointed out that they're more beastly than, say, the Master or the Daleks, who are actually trying to achieve some villainous end. But, again, I use the term villain a bit loose here. So bear with me on that. Alright, I'm going to wrap up the episode summary that I have here. Overall, I can't say enough about this episode. That too is a potential Alex M. That photo is what brought the angels there in the first, or that, started one off. Anyways, I was saying, people rant and rave about how great this episode is, and it's not very hard to see why. One of the things that strangely enough, I didn't like this episode at first, or at least I was severely underwhelmed by it. I blame that, though, on a episode binge, and by the way, I need to say, no more spoilers. We can discuss that a bit later, Ocean Blue. There is actually something I do want to bring up concerning that, but I'll save it for private chat. Anyways, I was saying, I said at first when I saw this episode I was severely underwhelmed, but I blame an episode binge on that. For those of you who are wondering what I'm meaning, anyone who has Netflix knows what I'm talking about. Or, of course, they download all the episodes and just start watching them. One episode today is all I'm going to watch, said no one ever. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just straight down. So, of course, trying to process it all gets lost in the loop. But as I said, I took a second look at it, and I can see why people love this episode now, and so do I. The atmosphere in the first half is just fantastic. You know something's not right. It's just downright creepy. The ontological paradoxes present in this, or I guess the whole giant one, whoever came up with that idea, again, deserves a good medal for that, because that's one of the things that I love about Doctor Who. Paradoxes are fantastic plot devices. So having this huge ontological paradox as the main focus of an episode, excellent. And something I pointed out, the paradox itself, what's great about it is it's not complicated, but it does leave the viewer with something to do, trying to piece it together. I do have one thing I want to say about this episode, though. I'm hesitant to make it someone's first episode. Why? because it's a Doctor and Companion Light episode. So to watch this episode and then to watch another episode, you might be going, so why was Blink completely unlike this one? But anyway, yeah, this is usually people's first episodes, but I'll get back to that in a second. But if people were to make another episode their first episode and then come to this one, Blink, as their second, I'd say, all for it. It's a great second episode. I'm not going to be watching Angels Take Manhattan until it gets released, Duckley. But we're done. Like I said, there's a reason I said no more spoilers per Candiro's request. Anyway, as I was saying, I find it a fantastic episode. Very highly rated. And what your guys' final thoughts? I know you guys have, a few of you have said awesome out of 10 and whatnot, but are there any things that you feel I missed, or quick notes you want to bring up, or just to say what your reviews are of the episode? And then Mr. Ben is shot. Milky Whiskers. If there was ever another reason to not venture into a graveyard after dark, this would be a reason. Oh, and thanks, Stephen Moffat, for making us all fear statues now. All right, if that is it, then I think we will wrap it up here. For the next, I'll give you guys a preview because why not? For the next 2 weeks, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be reviewing Pony episodes. Next week will be 19, so stop on by if Season 1, Episode 19 is your cup of tea. And then there will be an interview on the 3rd or 4th week. I haven't talked to the interviewee yet, but I am planning an interview for one for April. Then after that, again, it depends on where the interview will fall. But wherever the interview falls, the episode after that will be an episode interview. 20. In this case, it'll be episode 21. So again, stop on by for the Pony review episode, and I hope to see you all there. Any final things, any questions or comments or anything you guys have left to say before I sign off? Weeping idiots. Ocean Blue, come talk to me about that in a second. I have actually something for you. I think I know the one you're talking about, Candiru. I've seen it. Okay, Matt the Shadow Man. Yeah, why not? I mean, I'll be fair, it doesn't affect me because, already watch ponies. But, hey, if it does good over there, excellent. All right, let's sign off here, folks. Join us next week for Season 1, Episode 19. We'll be viewing and reviewing that. For myself, Everlasting Joy, my co-workers, Mr. Ben and Twilight is Magic, I want to say thank you for joining us and have a happy Easter, happy April Fool's Day. We hope you enjoyed this Doctor Who viewing. And with that, farewell.